Hi, Leah Potter here. I am the Program Director for Family Choice Surrogacy. I am so happy to announce our monthly video series called Ask Sandhya. Sandhya Graves is a writer and a former intended mother who built her family using surrogacy. Sandhya will be sharing her journey with you and will be answering questions about what surrogacy is like, what she went through to get to that point, and really is available to open up and share her story. We'd love to hear feedback from you if there are any questions that you'd like answered or any information you'd like. We will want to share that with you. And so without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Sandhya.
Thank you, Leah. Hi, friends. My name is Sandhya Graves, and I'm here today to speak with you about my husband and I's journey to create our family. 4 years ago, I published a book entitled When It's Not as Simple as the Birds and the Bees, Finding Hope While Dealing with Infertility. At that time, when I started writing my book, we had just gone through our third miscarriage, our second in vitro attempt. I was pregnant with twins, and we knew right away that one twin wouldn't make it, and we found out several weeks later that the second twin did not make it either. At that time, I had a very difficult time adjusting to life and friends and society, that I needed to take some time off, and I decided to write. And at first it was just a journal, but it turned into a book. It was very therapeutic for me, and I hope people out there who have read it, or if you read it, will find it helpful on your journey, as it speaks about all different topics. I'd like to give you a little bit of background history about myself and what my husband and I have gone through to try to have children. In 1998, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. I knew it would be difficult for me to either get pregnant or stay pregnant. And when I started trying, once my husband and I got married in 2008, that proved to be true. I was 36 years old, so I was already high risk and advanced maternal age. And you gotta love those terms, but get used to them. And my husband and I have experienced 5 miscarriages. Over the course of 5 years, we tried in vitro 4 different times. We have miscarried twins. We went through a molar pregnancy, which was very, very scary. I actually had to get put on birth control, which was very ironic and heartbreaking. And we could not try to have children for at least 6 months. At that time, my only focus, obviously, was to start a family. When you start on this journey, it seems to take over your life, and once you get involved with in vitro tries and transfers and everything, that's all that you seem to think about, and I understand that. I wouldn't tell anyone not to try to think about it. It is taking up your days. It's a very difficult time, and I want to tell you that we found that it became easier when we shared our story. At a Super Bowl party in 2011, I decided to share my story with a friend. And at this point in time, my husband and I had visited a surrogate agency. We had my sister tested to be our surrogate, and unfortunately she was unable to. And we also were talking to 2 different adoption agencies. The surrogate agency that we were speaking with was in Illinois at the time. Indiana, unfortunately, did not have any options for us to look at. So that's why I'm very happy to be working with Leah on this. My husband and I found a surrogate at the Chicago agency, and we were almost ready to pick her. I checked with him the night before. I said, okay, we are going to make that phone call tomorrow, right? And he said, yes, we are. In the middle of the night, our whole world changed again. I received an email, and from that Super Bowl conversation that I had earlier, it was about 3 weeks earlier, my friend that I spoke to, she emailed me in the middle of the night, and she told me that she wanted to be our surrogate. And she told me she was ready to get started. And we got started immediately. And it was a true blessing. It wasn't easy. It was very hard. It was hard to give up control, to allow someone else to carry my child. I had already gotten to the point where I had said out loud and in tears, I just want to have a baby. And at that time, that is when I knew that any which way I could have a child, I would do that. I realized it was not about the 9 months of being pregnant. And honestly, I look back and I don't even think too much of those 9 months anymore. They're here, and my children, and they call me mom. It is a difficult road. It's hard to decide and navigate, but that's what Leah is here for. And I utilized the agency that she was working for at that time, Hardin Jackson, for the surrogate contract, and we got started. It did take us 3 tries before our surrogate became pregnant with our twin boys. In June, on Father's Day, June 17th, 2012, Wyatt and Nolan were born. And then 4 months later, I got pregnant on my own again. And unlike all my previous pregnancies, somehow this one stuck, and I was able to carry Lily full term. However, I do want to make a comment about that, and that is that although you hear stories about, oh, once you adopt, once you have a child through surrogacy, you will become pregnant. Yes, it happened with me, but I am the exception. You only hear the good stories. The other stories, the heartbreaking ones, people don't speak of. And that is one other reason why I want to do this. I want to break the stigma of talking about miscarriages and infertility. It's not taboo. It's not a bad disease. It's a heartbreaking one, and we need to speak about it. And that's what I hope to be able to do for you. I hope I can talk to you. I hope I can offer you some advice. But mainly listen to what you are going through, your feelings, jealousies, not wanting to go to baby showers, or being upset when you find out a friend is pregnant, even though you're very, very happy for them. I understand these things, and I would never tell you that you shouldn't feel that way. Your feelings are valid at every bend in this journey. It is your body that is going through so much, and internally your emotions are running ragged. And I hope to be someone that you can turn to and trust along your journey, as well as Leah. She's been a support system to me also. And I wish you well. And just know that it's okay to create your family in any way you need to. It's your family. You decide what's right for you. And I'll be there to support you. Thanks.